All right, and hopefully we are live. Give me a couple thumbs up in the chat if y'all can hear me okay. Actually, okay, we should be good, maybe. I'm still working out the stream setup, still working out everything that I'm going to be doing, guys, but it's all good. First stream in a while that we're going to be covering Madden, and I have not played Madden in maybe 3 weeks. Obviously, guys, I was building a new computer. So if this is one of those streams where I got a bunch of people in the chat talking about, yo, get to the gameplay, get to the gameplay, I got no mods installed. So I do have to actually literally get mods back running on the PC, and hopefully we can do that smoothly. I don't even really know how long that process is going to take, but I know we always have, you know, some people in the chat and in the comments saying like, hey, my mods aren't working. So maybe this will be a good stream for people to see what that process looks like. But yeah, my goodness, I just wanted to get on here and talk about the NFL draft. Let me know in the chat who your team is. Let me know how you feel about the draft. Did your team do good? Did your team do what you wanted them to do? I'm an Eagles fan. I didn't love our draft outside of the first pick that we got, and even him, he's a little bit injury prone, so we'll see how that goes. But obviously the story of the day was Shedeur Sanders. And I'm just saying, if people got questions about that kid and his dad and the what's the word we look for, like the aura, the magnetism. When's the last time we was sitting up here in round 5 checking for the draft? You know what I mean? So it's kind of crazy. So Malik said the Cowboys dumb for not taking a wide receiver. Smooth said the Giants probably had the best draft I've seen them have ever. I don't know about that. I don't like the quarterback. And for those of you that actually had, I don't know if anyone was in the chat when I said there's a 100% chance the Giants aren't taking Shedeur. This slide that Shedeur went through, I predicted it. Actually, I told people, I said, yo, that boy is not going to the Giants. And I wasn't trying to be, you know, people said I was trying to be controversial and all that, but the facts are the facts. We know what the Giants look for in a quarterback, and it ain't Shedeur, never been Shedeur, never going to be Shedeur. So you know, that made some people uncomfortable. But I was the first person on that. I was literally, you know, months ago when they were saying, we're tanking to try to get to the top 3 in Shedeur. I said, guys, they're going to trade out of that pick, or they're going to do something different, or they're going to get Travis. They're not taking Shedeur. I'll be honest, and this is just me. This is where it probably is a little controversial. I don't even think they would have took Cam Ward if they had the first pick. That's just me. That's just how I feel about it. We know how the Giants run their team. Jackson Darks, Daniel Jones, letting Saquon walk. That is what it is. So yeah, I don't know. It is what it is. That's how I feel about the Giants. I think that's very well documented, but there was still a lot of questions about that. Now, someone in the chat said the Giants had a good draft. I don't agree with that. I didn't watch them past their first round picks, but I thought they reached for Jackson Dart. I don't think that he's going to be what Giants fans think. I actually only saw Jackson Dart play one time versus Alabama, so I'm not like a Jackson Dart expert. I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm an expert, but I don't think that team is going to be as good as how people think. Cam the Breeze, you said, Shady, how do I make a two-way player on Madden mods? What do you mean by that? Like somebody that plays on both sides of the ball? Because there's no way to like make them have 2 positions, but what you can do is you can, with the My Franchise tool, you can actually put them on the depth chart on both sides. But Martin, you said they tried trading up for a Cam Ward. That's a crazy take. That's just my take. Yeah, that is what it is. I don't know that they were really in love with the quarterbacks that were there, but you know, it is what it is. Just my opinion. Big Drew said, dang, you kicked me out of the Discord. I was just trying to get my video out there for y'all. Yeah, bro, please don't spam my Discord. That's extremely annoying. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm not even gonna sit here in front, dude. You're sitting here spamming my Discord left and right with YouTube videos with 5 views, dude. You gotta give that a break. You know that that's not gonna fly in the Discord, bro. Come on, man. I ain't even gonna address that, bro. Come on, man. All right, so I'm gonna so yeah, like I said, guys, I don't actually have Madden any Madden mods installed, so I'm gonna run through that process, and hopefully it is what it is. Hopefully I can you know, get that done. You could have messaged me, not kicked me. I did message you actually, so if you want to check your messages, but then I kicked you after the fact. So like I said, do me a solid, don't spam my Discord with your nonsense, and you'll be cool. But anyways, you can take care, bro. Hop out the chat. Anyways, I'm gonna get my Madden mods running. Like I said, that's the only thing about when you do build a new computer, you don't have anything. Like, you literally have to start that crap from scratch. So it is what it is. I'm gonna get these mods going. Let me get the Discord up. Just a second. And I don't know if like I have to go through that entire process to see like, you know, all of the, you know, loading all the mods. I'm not sure like how long that'll take, but it is what it is. I got time today. Josh, you said, so how do you do mods on PC? Well, bro, I'm about to show you. Game Zone, you said the way Shedeur fell, it's making me wonder how bad did the interviews go? See, I don't look at it that way. And that was kind of like what I was saying with my community post. I made a community post that I guess pissed some people off, but it is what it is. I just felt like Shedeur is being held to a really tough standard, and you got to argue, is that because of him? Is it because of his dad? I think he might have viewed himself a way that some of these other teams clearly didn't view him. But I will say this, just to not be, you know, I don't know if people are afraid to be controversial. I think that I didn't say I don't like Shedeur. I didn't say that. I'm not as high as him as a lot of other people, but I also was not super high on Cam Ward. Like I said, it is what it is. It's just, I didn't think this was a great quarterback draft. If anything, you're saying I don't like Shedeur. I had Shedeur over Cam Ward all year, so I don't know where that comes from, but I'll say this. I think that some of those comments that were made, whether they were by Shedeur, whether they were by his dad first, they might have hurt the process. And I felt like the league, whether you want to say they colluded and all that, I'm not getting any of that, but I do think obviously the league sent a message today. Shedeur, you're not Eli Manning, you're not John Elway, and you're gonna play by our rules. And however people want to view that is however people want to view it. Whether people think it's a racial thing, whether people think it's a talent thing. The only thing that bothered me was some of the revisionist history that started to take place, where people say, oh, well, he's just not that good. And I said, listen, and that was kind of what I was trying to say. At the end of the day, no matter what you think of the kid, no matter what you think of his dad or the way he carries himself, he's better. He was better than a lot of the people that went ahead of him. That's just the facts. He played better in college than a lot of the people that got picked ahead of him, especially his own teammate, Dylan Gabriel. You look at the guy that the Saints took, the kid, I don't remember his name. But you saw him throwing at the combine. You see him airmailing passes. It's just like, what do we got going on, man? So there was, there's definitely something a little bit off about that process. seeing him drop. And I'll say this, the biggest losers in this entire situation, Tyler Shuck or Show. Yeah, I'm not sure how to pronounce his name. I've never heard of him ever. I've never seen him play. Only saw what I saw at the combine. Not good. But the biggest loser in all of this, I think, is the fans. When you look at the Giants fans, hey, me personally, I don't think Jackson Dart is going to work out. I don't think Tyler Shuck is going to work out. I don't think Dylan Gabriel is going to work out. I don't think Aaron Rodgers is going to work out for the Steelers, so if you look at these owners and they, if that's the situation, they think that they're going to try to, prove some type of point. The only point you're proving is you're willing to hurt your team and not take the best player available because you want to prove a point. That was my takeaway from it, but I know everybody's going to have different takes. Maybe, there's some of the rumors about his interviews not going well and all that. That's a tough one because none of us were there. So he could have walked up in there and said, don't draft me if we're not running this offense, or don't draft me if you're not also drafting my brother. I don't know. But for me personally, I don't think that's the way it happened. That's my personal opinion. One thing I'll also say too, a lot of people, I guess, don't want to hear it, but I think this draft process not going the way it went was more about Dion than it was Shedeur. And I think if you think about a coach that has to pick a quarterback, the coach has to sign off on the quarterback. Let's say there's a situation like Colorado where it looks like Shedeur's playing really well, but the team isn't good around him. Is that coach afraid? Maybe Shedeur has a nice year one. Maybe he sits year one. Maybe he has a nice year two. And is that franchise looking to replace the head coach with Dion? So were head coaches hesitant to take Shedeur because they feel like down the road that could lead to their replacement. I think there's more of that going on than some of the other stuff that I've seen. Game Zone, you said, all I know is that Shedeur will come in with a chip on his shoulder. Yeah. He should, because I think he's a talent. I thought he showed enough in a not so good Colorado team. I thought he showed enough that he was a first round talent, right? Big 12. I think he's a Big 12 player of the year. A bunch of awards, a bunch of passing records. I thought he showed enough to say, I'm better than Jackson Dart. I'm better than Tyler Show or Dylan Gabriel and the other kid from Alabama who's terrible, by the way, who the Seahawks drafted. I can't remember his name off the top of my head. Milroe. We're in Jalen Milroe conversations. That just tells you everything you got to know about these teams. I like Milroe. I think he's fun, but I mean, guys, Jalen Milroe, he could be playing wide receiver in 2 years. He could be playing running back in 2 years. Like that, that's how poor of a passer he was at Alabama. So, hey, yikes, a big yikes from me. But, it's the NFL. They're going to do things the way that they do them. We know how these owners work. Yeah, I don't know. All right. So anyways, guys, let me get all my Madden mods downloaded here and just get this stuff running. I am just in the Discord. And even me, guys, I made a tutorial. I don't even remember how to set this crap up. So I'm gonna look at the tutorial in the joint and make sure I know how to do everything the right way. Cam, you said, where do I find the gameplay mod? It's literally in the Discord. Just scroll down to Sabo's mods, click it, and then it says downloads. It's right there. Do you think Madden will add new commentators or keep the same ones from last year? There's no way they're going to revamp the commentators 2 years in a row. So, um, okay, looks like I already downloaded some stuff, so that's good. Yeah, I mean, listen, they added two new broadcast teams to Madden this past year, and people kind of ignored it, and I'm just like, okay, I don't get that. Matter of fact, before I do anything, I want to launch Madden real quick. Let me launch the vanilla Madden. I heard Madden 26 will be on PC as well, but not College Football 26. Yeah, I think that's true. I saw, you know, Madden 26 will definitely be on PC, so that's nice. But I don't think college football is going to be on the Switch or the PC. So that's interesting. It says failure during update process. Never seen that before. I was just trying to launch the vanilla game. There's no mods involved. Pharaoh, you said Shedeur didn't deserve that. Okay. So, in your opinion, where do you think he should have went?
Sports. It's in the game.
That's loud. Hold up, guys. My bad. In your opinion, where do you think he should have went? And who do you think should have took him? Yeah, yo, the prank call was nuts because you know, that's what they were saying. They're like, nobody even had that number other than NFL teams. That's embarrassing. That's crazy. You're live streaming everything, and yeah, you get the call. That's crazy, guys. Okay, so it carried over. Okay, wow. So it carried over all my crap from my other computer. That's interesting. I was low-key hoping it didn't, because like I have a ton of crap in here. Did it carry over all the franchise files too? That's actually kind of annoying. I wanted to start fresh. It did. Okay, well, as you guys can see, I guess we're not starting fresh because I got 4,000 files. Yeah, I thought the Steelers and the Saints. I thought the Steelers and the Saints were the ones. I ain't gonna lie, fam. And like, you know, Chad, shout out. But like, I skipped all that crap. Like the halftime, like I know that's, and I'm not trying to diminish it because I know a lot of people do care about that stuff. But I'll be skipping all that halftime show crap. I'm not trying to see all that. But I respect it. You know, if you guys want it to be improved, I hope they improve it. But that's just not a big deal to me personally. All right, guys. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna replace the anti-cheat file. How many mods do you have on your computer? Well, this is the new computer, so I don't have a lot, but my 2K mods, I have literally like, there was like 30 gigs of 2K mods. Yes, 24 gigs, 2K mods. Oblivion, I just downloaded Oblivion. It's 13 gigs of mods there. Dragon's Dogma, only 100 megabyte. Oh no, they handle that a little bit differently. But Dragon's Dogma, I did some stuff. Monster Hunter World, I only downloaded a couple for Monster Hunter, so not much. This is a new computer. It is, you know, it is what it is. I've got a lot more on my old computer, but with Madden, I don't have anything downloaded, so that's going to be kind of a process, I guess you could say. Yeah, listen, I think Jacksonville they won the draft, in my opinion. A lot of people are gonna think they gave up a lot, and they did, but I told you guys that was my take. I think Travis Hunter goes to Canton. That's, you know, I'm very confident in that. I think he's going to change a lot at both levels, and people are going to feel the certain way that they feel. I don't know. I just, it is what it is. I just, I felt real good about Travis Hunter. I just, so many people are saying what he can and can't do. We'll see. I think he's going to prove a lot of the doubters wrong. Games, he says, a Steelers fan, I feel good about the draft. I love the Caleb Johnson pick. I don't know how, I don't know how you can feel as a Steelers fan. I think the people that should be most frustrated at coming out of the draft should be Steelers and Saints fans. You have no future, the Steelers are done. Like, you know what I mean? My logic was this, and this is the way I took it. And if you guys think I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. The Steelers factually are going to have the third best quarterback in their division for the next 5 years. That is a fact. That is a non-debatable fact. They will have the third best quarterback in their division for at least the next 5, arguably longer, in their division. So why would it be Aaron Rodgers? What are you trying to accomplish with Aaron Rodgers? I just don't get. It's like nobody watched football last year. I don't understand what you think is going to occur. I don't get it. If I'm wrong here, I would need some type of explanation as to what is going to occur. Why would you not draft a quarterback and do something for the future? I'm lost. As like, it's going to be such a wake up call, I think, for the Steelers this year. Like, I legitimately think they're going to be really bad next year. I just think what they're trying to do is not going to work because Aaron Rodgers can't play anymore. But I don't know. I don't know. And Chaz, you make a good point. Yes, the Steelers are normally a defensive focused team, but I would actually argue their defense was really bad down the stretch. And their defense wasn't the reason they beat the Bengals. The one time they did beat them, that was Russell Wilson. But you traded Russell Wilson in for a worse version of Russell Wilson, in my opinion, which is Aaron Rodgers. So I just, I don't know. And Game Zone, to your point, I need to hear about this magical 2026 quarterback class. Like, who are all these magical players that are coming out in the next draft class that are going to change everybody's fate? I don't get it, guys. I just don't see it. I don't see the vision. And in my personal opinion, the past month is going to cost Mike Tomlin his job. I like Tomlin. I think Tomlin is good. But I don't think it's going to work. I don't think it's going to work. And I do think he's going to lose his job over this. You got Aaron Rodgers holding your franchise hostage. He's 41 years old. you know, and didn't and won 5 games last year. I've never seen anything like that. I really haven't seen anything like that. Saints are in poverty now. Saints really went from Drew Brees to whatever they got going on. Whatever they got going on is the perfect way to put that. I don't know what they're doing over there. Shedeur would have been such a great fit, but they're gonna rock with David Carr, not David Carr, Derek Carr, Spencer Rattler again. Yo, them Steelers fans were getting, he said Mike Tomlin can go win 16 and still not get fired. Those Steelers fans were getting testy. Put it to you that way. They were getting a little, I don't know. You guys know me. I don't ever want to see a black coach get fired. That's just, you don't want to see that. But you know, you got to try and win. I don't feel like the Steelers. I don't know. Do not speak about Derek. Is Derek the one? Is Derek nice? Through Chris Olave a hospital ball. That's funny. Tyler Guy had 23 career touchdowns in 7 years. Oh yeah, because he's like 27 years old, right? Oh my gosh, yeah, I forgot about the dude's age. He's like 26, 27 years old or something like that. Oh my gosh. Hey. Nobody told them to do that. Bro is 27 years old. Dude. That's insane. I haven't seen anything like that since I think the Browns drafted like dude names was like Brandon Whedon or something like that. Yikes. How am I feeling about the Eagles after the draft? Pretty good. I thought this would have been a great year to try and get Lane Johnson's replacement, but they didn't. They went linebacker. They went safety. They're going to try and replace C.J. Gardner-Johnson. So that's, you know, a little bit of a hole in our secondary, but one question I always had is, do you have to keep Madden open while it's updating the SDK? I'm going to try and close it and see what happens. Oh, okay. Maybe you do. Oh, wait. No, it's still going. I was really mind-boggling why they drafted Tyler over Shedeur. Yeah, I mean, DeMoco, they took Dylan Gabriel, like, and that was the thing. Like I said, I couldn't tell you about Jackson Dart. I watched Jackson Dart once, wasn't good, right? Never saw the dude Tyler show. So if you want to argue there's some, like, you know, film out there that I don't know about Jackson Dart, and that's me not being educated on the topic, cool. I'll give you that. I think Vegas had Dart going over Shedeur. So cool. Because, you know, as the rumors started to come out, he had bad interviews, this, that, and the other. Cool. Whatever. Cool. Right? So Jackson Dart, well, just for argument's sake, I think it's ridiculous. But for argument's sake, let's call it a wash. Let's call it a wash. Jackson Dart, whatever. The Tyler Show guy, never heard of him. Never heard of him. Seen him at the combine. He's throwing the ball 10 yards ahead of receivers. Okay, cool. But Dylan Gabriel? We all saw Dylan Gabriel play multiple times. Transferred. I'm like, they took. I was at the point. I was nervous they was gonna take DJ Uigalele. You know what I mean? Like, just because the NFL is sitting here trying to prove a point. They're trying to prove a point. So we all saw Jalen Milroe. We all saw Jalen Milroe multiple times. People say, oh, Shady's hating, blah, blah. Jalen Milroe's just like Jalen Hurts, oh, blah, 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 blah. It's, you know what I mean? I mean, whatever, guys. It's just one of the craziest things that I just don't really have a great explanation on how something like that could happen, and how, if you're a fan of one of these teams, you can be okay with it. But, and I tell people all the time, I said, listen, I'm just glad I'm an Eagles fan, because we got a good, we got a good GM. We won't be doing none of that dumb crap. I just, you know, I'm good. We chilling over here. Yeah. That Game Zone, that clip of Tyler Show is gonna ring true forever when he gets in there and can't play. Letters of the Flock says Milroe is better than Shedeur. He's in the chat trolling early, guys. It's only 8:30 and he's in the chat trolling. So let's recap so far on the stream. We had one guy early to start the stream. He's in here spamming YouTube videos with 2 views in the chat. We booted him up out of here. Now we got the other dude saying Jalen Milroe is better than Shedeur. If you're talking about switching a running back, maybe. But if we're not switching a wide receiver, I don't know what you're talking about. And this might be a clip that ages poorly 5 years down the road, and maybe Milroe gets in a lab, gets with a quarterback's coach, and it's completely transforms his game and his throwing motion. And I'll be the first person to be here, say I'm rooting for you. I know his favorite player is Jalen Hurts. Jackson Dart's favorite player is Jalen Hurts. Jackson Dart's an Eagles fan. You know what I mean? That's always cool stuff, but I just don't see it. So if I'm wrong on that, guys, you know me. I've never been the type of person afraid to get back on the chat and say that I'm wrong. If somebody comes out here and starts playing crazy. Smooth, you just said the Nuggets are blowing a 20-point lead right now. Holy crap. Shout out to them Clippers. Get that job done. I had it up on my other screen. But it's 96-95 Nuggets with a minute and a half left. Jay, what's good, man? Yo, bro. I'm just getting my Madden mods fixed up. It's Lee. You said y'all banned me from the Madden modding community. Who's y'all? Because I don't run the Madden modding community at all, so I got nothing to do with me. Yo, you know who I thought should have took Shedeur, which nobody even brought up? I thought he should have went to the Jets. If you got Justin Fields in there and maybe that don't work out, I thought the Jets would have been nice. But looks like they good with who they got. Maybe Fields will work out. Maybe he won't. You guys know I'm not really high on Fields. Well, Jay, listen, you said it's ridiculous that Shedeur fell to the 5th round and gets drafted by the Browns when they already took Dylan Gabriel. Dude, that sentence is just insane. Not just that. You take Dylan Gabriel in the 3rd. We know Dylan Gabriel can't play. I don't know, dude. If I was the Browns, and now it's awkward because it's like, are you trying to tell me that Dylan Gabriel's going to have a step up. You know, like, you know what I mean? Like, and Jay, I said this before you got in the stream, but these teams would rather fail and rather lose and sit there with mediocre players and mediocre quarterbacks and hurt their fans than to draft somebody. So, I don't know. All right, y'all. We out here. Madden mods. From scratch. Opinion on Will Howard to the Steelers. I saw nothing from Will Howard. Wasn't he at Ohio State? You can't trust anybody quarterback wise from Ohio State because they're playing with NFL. They got 8 NFL superstars at wide receivers. So how do you know? How do you know? Bro, Dylan, that's actually funny you should say that. So I just built my new PC. Do y'all see how much storage I got? I bought 2 4 terabyte drives just so that I can install these games, bro. Madden's like 50 gigs, 2K, 100 gigs. Look at these games, bro. Look at these games. Assassin's Creed like 150 gigs. Call of Duty 200 gigs. Cyberpunk, Dragon's Dogma, Oblivion, Gray Zone. $2K, Starfield, like, it's crazy, bro. Game Zone, you say you're starting to get into Battlefield 2042. You have any tips? Gotta squad up with the GOAT, bro. I'll be on that joint heavy. Low key. Oh, I lied. I don't even got it installed, but I had 387 hours. I'm him in that game. But honestly, as far as tips go, bro, get in a vehicle. You don't gotta drive the vehicle, but if you want to sit in the vehicle while someone else is driving and use the gunner, you can just shoot people while you in the vehicle and they're driving, and you can just shoot people. You get mad points, you level up, stuff like that. Yeah, Jay, it's crazy because I was saying early, because listen, I know people didn't agree with me on that. So it's okay. You guys know me. I be having my takes, and sometimes they're right, sometimes they're not. But I'm not trying to be rude, but I don't view Travis as a corner. Like, I view him as a wide receiver who's going to play corner, because I just told you guys, like, he's going to be too explosive to take. Like, everyone's like, oh, he's not going to be on the field as a receiver. He's a generational. I said, guys, listen, he's going to be explosive. You don't like, teams don't got a bunch of weapons everywhere. Like, when you have weapons, you're going to put weapons on the field. And I think he's going to be then in nickel situations and be a weapon on that side of the ball too. But I view Travis is going to go crazy. Travis is going to play both sides of the ball. He's going to be dominant. And like I really told you guys, like I really believe in Travis, like what he's going to do. But the one thing I told you guys is when you look at the Jaguars, they needed help on both sides. Now the Jaguars have a really nice wide receiver over there. I don't remember his name. Does anybody remember his name? I think his name is like Thomas or something like that. Is that his name? Is Thomas? I didn't see a lot of the Jaguars last year, but they had this one dude who was going nuts over there. And boom. Okay, so now you're gonna have him and you're gonna have Travis. But they also is Brian Thomas Jr. They've just a receiver, Brian Thomas Jr. Y'all haven't seen this dude, Brian Thomas Jr. Go look at Brian Thomas Jr. highlights. I know I'm not gonna sit here and lie and act like I was watching a bunch of Jaguars games. Y'all probably weren't either. Go look at this dude's highlights. This dude was going nuts. Bailing this bum Trevor Lawrence out of crazy situations. But I digress. Now you're gonna have Brian Thomas. Now you're gonna have Shedeur Sanders either on the other side or in the slot. He's so shifty he can go anywhere. Then they needed help in the defensive backfield. You're going to have him there too. This is truly, and people was talking about, oh, well, they gave up so much to get him. No, they didn't, because you got to remember, they got two top 5 players. He was a top 5 receiver and a top 3 receiver and a top 3 corner in the draft, because the one guy, Will Johnson, I think his name was, who was widely considered last year and this year as the top cornerback prospect, had some medical issues. So you got the top corner, the top wide receiver, guys. I'm just telling you, he's going to go crazy. And for the people who say he's not going to be on this field, you're dead wrong. This dude is a wide receiver. This dude is a cornerback. Like, he's going to do both. He's going to go crazy. Like, I'm just really speaking into existence, kind of predicting that. Like, that's my take. Like, this dude is straight up LeBron James. Like, straight up about to do stuff we haven't seen. Like, that's how high I am on this dude. I watched it. Like, that's the one thing I felt real confident. You guys know the my feelings on Shedeur. If anybody wants some fun, go back in the Madden modding Discord and look at my thoughts on Shedeur Sanders. I ain't like him. I said I didn't like the way he played. I didn't like the way he carried himself. I didn't like what Dion and them was doing. I saw them play the next year. I saw the comeback. Who did he come back against? Against Baylor. I said Shedeur has it, and it's an intangible. He's tough. He's accurate. You know what I mean? I like him. So I got a good chance to sit down and watch Colorado. They didn't have the talent against the other guys that were playing. In the bowl game, when they lost to BYU, the boys was way better than Colorado. But Shedeur still got some throws off. Shedeur still got a deep completion off to Travis Hunter. Those dudes are ballers. And if you think that these executives... And that's, I want to say this, I know I'm ranting a little bit, but what bothered me was all of these NFL fans like playing defense for these executives, acting like they know what they talking about half the time. And they be drafting bums every year in the first round. Every single year, a bum is drafted at quarterback in the first round. And we don't bat an eye because, oh, they're the experts, they're the scouts, they know they were in the interviews. Maybe some of these guys, some of the scouts, some of these coaches, offensive coaches, need to put their pride aside and draft the best players instead of drafting dudes, because he had a fantastic interview. So that might be a little bit too real for the chat. I'm just saying. You think the Jags new head coach Liam Cohen can fix Trevor Lawrence? I don't know about all that. They kind of, I don't know, but I'm not high on Trevor. I was high on Trevor coming out of Clemson, but I ain't high on him no more. All right, guys, we gotta download mods from scratch, man. What am I downloading? Where am I at? What is this? Let's close this. Let's close Steam. Sometimes, like, I be in the Madden My community, I be overwhelmed by the amount of mods. I don't know what to download. So, if there's any suggestions, let me know. This looks like somebody got a high school mod out. That's cool. Aaron Gordon game winner. No way. Wow. Presentation mods for sure unlocked. We got to get that. I got a ReShade. I don't know if remember I was telling you guys there's a ReShade that I don't use on my old setup, but I was thinking about using it on this setup now that I have a stronger PC. But I don't know if I should try it. NFL military field mod. I had that before, right? Didn't I have that? All right, so let's go in order. So let's start with Sabo's gameplay mod. Where's Sabo at? Sabo's mods. Download section. Gameplay mod version 2.2. Oh, added throw to most favorable matchup receiver logic to force passes to best receivers. Whoa, when did this happen? Oh, that sounds so exciting. We got to try that out. All right, so we got Sabo's gameplay mod. Let's get the ultimate rookie mod. I actually think I already have that. I think I downloaded that already. Yeah, I did. Ultimate rookie mod. We got that. I guess we need to start today mod from Synthros for sure. He says the next update will be after the 2025 NFL schedule releases. Nice. So that'll be fun. Get all the rookies in there. Oh, I got that too. Okay, cool. I wonder, is there a way for me to just like, why didn't I just like email myself all my old mods, bro? This is a pain, low key. Remember Sabo had like a kick meter mod? I just don't know where it was. I think you gotta scroll up to get it. There it is. Yeah, I got that. What I'm doing is I'm looking at my my mods list on my other computer and trying to go in order. So next is the snow mod. Gotta get that. Then we got the tattoo mod. Gotta have that. I was a little worried these mods might take a long time to download because I'm streaming at the same time, but it's actually good. I really should have done this before the stream started, but I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know. I wasn't sure if like people would want to see the process or not, but we need Madden unlocked for sure. So there's a Madden unlocked locker room and the Madden unlocked game time mod. There's also we need our clean screen mods. Where are they at? Let's do our presentation mods. Got the Shady Edition. Shout out to Cujo and Icicle. Those boys went crazy with this. The next mod I have on my list is the no landing zone indicator from WeMaster. Let's get that. No landing zone indicator. We building the perfect mod list. So for all the people that, be wondering, like, what do we be using? And then what is the player likeness mod? That's from Your Best Bangle. Yeah. I got the Jalen Hurts mismatch cleats. Who made that? Is my question. I don't know where that's at. Who made that mod? St. Jimmy 85. Shout out. NFL Street 25. That looks cool. I'll check that out. Oh, while we're here, let's get this. I see this. Let's get this Fox scoreboard. Okay, let's go to St. Jimmy 85. It's got a playbook mod. That's interesting. Oh, we got to get his Ace Sound Blues for sure. Oh, this mod actually The authenticity mod. I was looking at this. I'm gonna download that too. NFL authenticity upgrades. Let's download that. Jalen Hurts mismatched cleats. There's a Lions. There's some Lions stuff here too. All right, so yeah, I'm not really familiar with this. What is this? We got NFL Street. Did I pass it? What is this? NFL Street. Madden like you've never seen before. Fast, flashy, and full of street style swagger. The first of its kind mod ditches traditional football gear and amps up the urban aesthetic. Jerseys and hoodies. No more pokey shoulder pads. Players now rock basketball jerseys and 2 types of hoodies. Bring that raw backyard football energy. Wow. That's pretty cool. Wow, it looks like 7-on-7 low key. The purple Timberwolves joint goes crazy. I'm curious about this. I want to see this real quick. Because I'm assuming you probably, like, what mods would you run with that? I assume you shouldn't run anything else with that. Game Zone, you said, bro, it's actually painful to watch. Just watching, having to reinstall everything. But it's actually really chill because I actually wanted to. Oh, it's a different game version. Uh-oh. Was there an update? What was I saying? Because I actually wanted to kind of do this from scratch. So, that's one of those things where it's like you get a chance to kind of clean things up. But hold on, let me mute this real quick just in case. I don't know if it's going to play any copyright music. But it's the same thing I tell people with 2K because, like, a lot of times people be like, oh, like with 2K, blah, blah, blah. Oh, it takes too long to drop sliders in, this, that, and the third. But you take an hour of your time just sitting here with the bros. If you're not a streamer, you can do it in Discord with your boys. Take an hour of your time, install some mods, and think about it. You get hours and hours and hours of fun gameplay. So, it's always a cool thing to do. Yo, Brand, you made a good point because I did want to say this. I don't know that Shedeur Sanders is going to do that well, man. I like, what I mean? Just being in Cleveland, like, what I mean? Like, is he going to even do good? Like, oh, my bad, guys. I had all the sliders at 100 because I was trying to get gameplay footage for EA to use in the trailer. I was trying to capture some footage. So, yeah, it should be good. I'm not gonna actually play like the whole game, but I just kind of want to see like. How the Browns at 87 and what? Eagles and Browns have the same rating. Is this like an accurate roster? What's going on with this? That's what I was saying, guys. Like, I believe, and that's why I said, like, watch, because people are gonna try to do like revisionist history. See, we told you Shedeur wasn't that good, and it's like, nope, we all watched him. He was pretty good. But in Cleveland, fam, I don't know what's gonna happen. Oh, you can select your jerseys. Oh, maybe I should have. Oh, look, they got a Sixers jersey on. This is pretty dope. Wait a minute.
Ball is teed up. Joshua Clark to the others. And away we go at the link. Return starts at the 3.
Oh man, yo, this low key lit. Like, that's what they should do.
They're led out by an incredible score through the air and on the ground. He was picked 53rd back in 2020.
Look at AJ Brown.
Kate, it's not often that we talk about quarterbacks having a nose for the end zone in football. It's usually reserved for the running backs. But Jalen Hurts has changed that conversation. He has so much power, so much.
Am I supposed to have, I noticed in the pictures, maybe I'm supposed to have Madden unlocked as well. I'm thinking.
You get him into the short yardage situations or around the goal line, he finds a way to get in, but it's not just there. He's got a deep ball that's the envy of many. He's elevated his teammates around him, and he's got.
Look at Saquon, bro. That's so cool. Oh man. All right, that's dope. Let me see something real quick. Now, Madden 26 is revealed. What are you looking forward to be in the game? Well, Game Zone. It's actually a little bit of a awkward conversation because well, can't really say. All right, so it's like such a, like, I already know a lot of the stuff, but so I would just say, like, it would be nice if what I hope is in the game is I hope that there are improvements to the verbiage and position language, right? Like a tackle instead of, like, it's just a tackle so they can play either side, or a guards, like interior offensive lineman, right? An edge, interior defensive lineman, a 3 technique, right? I hope that they innovate there, especially because we have someone like Travis Hunter coming into the league. So just some innovation as far as positions and stuff like that.
We're back with the NFL.
Oh, it got worse, guys.
Still early in this one as we
because I think I have the locker room active. I didn't uncheck the locker room, guys. My bad. Yeah, I left them both checked. Bruh. I also don't know which one should be higher priority either, but whatever. But I'm like, for now, because it's coming first, I'm really interested in college football 26. I'm really cool to see the Road to Glory starts in high school now. I hope they innovate in college football 26. I hope that they do a much better job with the accessories. I give Madden a pretty big pass on accessories because I know the NFL has a lot to do with the reason we don't have a lot of the accessories we want. But with college football, like, I'm under the impression that they have much more freedom. So I would love to see them kind of innovate more. One leg sleeves. I want to be able to wear an undershirt with an arm sleeve, stuff like that. Like, you know, those are the things that we want to see in the game. Ski masks and base Madden should have been a thing. Yeah, I don't see that happening. I don't see that happening.
We're back on EA Sports. Still early in this one as we pick up the action here in the first quarter. Markers reset, ball at the 37.
Okay, I just want to see what this would look like.
They're trying an option play left side on first down. And he won't.
Pretty much looks exactly the same. But this is really cool. I like this.
Back to the line they go. It's second down. Short side out.
I ate all over that crap. Sheesh.
And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. The rookie from Miami, they're on the stop. Now Hurts on third and long. He lets one fly.
I threw it out of bounds.
Well, they had the
do you know how to get the start today and Sable's mod into the mod manager? Frosty, they don't show up for me. Yeah, bro, the same way you install any mod, you just literally just drag and drop it. So if you're not familiar with that process, you need to watch the tutorial because there's nothing special that you need to do. I literally just installed it. You just drag it and drop it and it'll work. So if you don't know how to install mods, make sure you watch the tutorial from start to finish because it's, you know, I mean, it's no different from any other mod that you use. But you know, feel free to stick around because I'm going to be installing those in a couple minutes. But you know, as soon as I finish downloading everything. But yeah, it's the same as everything. Okay. Oh, my bad. Let me pull this up on the other screen so y'all can see what I'm doing. All right. So the last thing that we downloaded, we got Your Best Bengals player likeness. All right. Well, first of all, let's get what we have into the freaking thing first. So let's get the gameplay mod in here. Oh, he's got all the versions. Okay, that's cool. I don't think you can just drag and drop it. I think, okay, you can just drag and drop it. Okay. What else are we looking for? We're looking for the Ultimate Rookie mod. I think the Ultimate Rookie mod needs a update, though, does it not? This one's zipped up. Oh, it's still good. Okay, cool. Games, you said, are your NVIDIA picture settings the same as your last tutorial? Yeah, yep. Yeah. Ultimate Rookie mod, and then we had start today. Yeah, one thing that I've said repeatedly on the streams, guys, is that you're gonna have a very difficult time trying to make your game look like my game looks, because my game doesn't look how my game looks. And people were like, what does that sentence mean? I just mean that I have a filter over my streams so that it's got a little bit more color. So like kind of what you see on the streams a lot of times isn't what my game actually looks like, but you know, I still try to do that to make it look as, you know, as good as possible, if that makes sense. But because I'm like streaming it through like my monitor and my settings, I have to adjust it. Like a lot of people don't realize, like I actually take color away from my stream, because if I didn't, it would look crazy to you guys, because my monitor is color corrected. So or calibrated, whatever you want to call it. So it's kind of hard to explain, but it's, you know, it's not always a one-to-one, but I try to do my best as far as like, you know, trying to make it look good for the stream, and trying to, you know, obviously make it look good for myself, you know. Okay, so we had next we had a kick meter. It's like sometimes you can drag it directly, but if it's like zipped up, sometimes you can't. All right, let's get TBR snow mod in here. Obviously have to mess with the load order after the fact, but I'm just trying to get everything installed that we got. Ultimate Rookie mod has this mod. I think that's smaller shoulder pads. Let's get our presentation joints, get our clean screen, get our add-ons. No landing zone. Then player likeness. So as you guys can see, once you get everything downloaded, it takes 2 seconds, you know what I mean, to get the mods rolling. So all right, so let's kind of organize here really quickly. So gameplay mod at the bottom. I had the Ultimate Rookie mod next. Start today after that. Kick meter. I don't know if this is like a definitive order. I'm just going off of what I had in my old game, and it worked. Kick meter, snow mod, smaller shoulder pads, mismatched cleats for Jalen Hurts, tattoo mod, unlocked. Just like to keep those together. I don't think the load order actually matters. Then we've got our clean screen add-on. Then we've got the clean screen itself. Oh, you know what I wanted to try? Then no landing zone indicator. Player likeness mod. I'm gonna move the player likeness mod down with Madden Unlocked. Oh, but that I think that yeah, as long as it's above the tattoo mod. I like to group my mods together, if you haven't noticed. So I do gameplay mods for the most part. Then I do like player appearance mods, so all your tattoos, your Madden Unlocked, stuff like that. Then I like to do UI mods. So you can see like the clean screen and no landing zones, the scoreboards, presentation, all that stuff. Then I like to do jerseys, and then I like to do fields, right? It's you know, I just like to keep it organized like that way. I don't think it's mandatory, but you know, I just like to keep it organized that way. Um, do they have post draft rosters? I mean, obviously not, respectfully. Like you like how is somebody gonna have a roster done? Like I mean, I think it'll come soon, but you got to give these guys time. Like the draft just ended a couple hours ago. Like of course, I'm sure people are going to be working on it, but you know, I don't think you're going to have a. Maybe I'm underestimating guys, but I don't think you're going to have a you know a draft roster the same day as the draft. That's a little much. Games on, to my understanding, the auto version 4 URM mod is specifically made to be used with the Ultimate Rookie mod. I don't know why. It's the one that comes packaged with it, so that's what I've been using. You know what I mean? All right, so after this, I normally do all my jersey mods, but I have so many of them, I don't know which ones that I should download. So maybe for now, let's get the ones I really like. Yeah, no, I haven't, I'm not even gonna lie, bro. I haven't even looked. I just, you know, because I don't you know, I didn't want to like, you know, I didn't want to like, you know, I don't know how to word it. Like, I don't want to like, I'm trying to like word it the right way. Like, I don't like if I go in the Discord personally and be like, yo, like, is anybody working on a post draft roster? I don't want it to come off like I'm pressuring anybody to do anything. So like you guys will notice like I don't yeah, exactly. You worded it perfectly. Because and I mean that like in a super respectful way. Like sometimes like I'm a super small YouTuber, so I don't mean it like any type of like, you know, big up in anybody, but it's just like sometimes even me, like as a small content creator, dudes like if I ask someone to do something, they'll drop everything and just start, you know, like, oh, I can have it to you by the midnight. And I'm like, whoa, like, nah, bro, it's super chill. Like, I'm super grateful and thankful that you're even doing this stuff for the community. So, you guys know me. I kind of just sit back and chill because I know those guys are gonna do it and do fun stuff. But you know, I don't ever be like, for example, if I said like, you know, John Williams 123 is working on a updated roster, then you know, people join Discord like, yo, Shady said John Williams just got this roster out. Where's it at? And it kind of like puts pressure on people sometimes. So, you know, you guys know me. I just, man, let these guys be great because they are great and they go crazy with some of this stuff. You know what I mean? And so it all always works out. And you guys know, as soon as that stuff drops, I'm gonna be one of the first people on it. You know what I mean? To do that. So. All right, so next, guys, I gotta do some digging. So the next mob we're looking for is called a New York Giants redo. I really like this mob, but I don't know where it's at. Oh, I think this is it. New York Giants redo. New York Giants redo. I wish there was like an easier way to get things to the top of your load order, but I'm not aware of a way. Yeah, Game Zone, I'm with you. The Browns are just such an unserious organization. I don't know what they're doing, bro, if I'm being honest with you. Okay, next we're looking for a Seahawks return to retro. That sounds cool. Jay, you said you have a 4070 Ti and a Ryzen 7700X. I can play it Ultra, right? I have no idea. I don't have those components, so I couldn't possibly answer that question. Number one, playing at Ultra is overrated. Like, why do you need to play at Ultra? But I get what you're saying. Like, you want to know, can you play at Ultra? What I meant to say was the game looks really good regardless of what graphic settings you're on. So if you can't play at Ultra, you definitely have the hardware to play the game, if that makes sense. But, you know, basically what I'm saying is you don't have to just go in and put everything at Ultra. You might be able to, you know, drop some stuff, because even my old PC, which my old PC might not be as strong as yours, but I was playing on like all high, and yeah, obviously I have a YouTube channel based around Madden, so the game looked good. I think everybody would agree my Madden looked good, even though everything wasn't on Ultra, but the game looks really good on Ultra. But you know, it's not like a necessity. Dang, guys, I'm trying to think, how do I find this mod? Because I think it was like, it's by riding with the driver. Could it have been in the Legion joint? Maybe it's in here. Oh my gosh, there's so many more mods I gotta download. Yeah, well, Game Zone, a 4090 is a whole lot different than a 4070 Ti, so I'll be careful with that. But, and also your resolution matters too. You gotta remember, I play in 4K, so if you're not in 4K, you should definitely be able to run it pretty well. Eagles Steelers mashup. Wow. Shout out to him for making the mod, but I don't want to be mixed up with those guys. No, I'm playing. Didn't I have this Bills mod? There it is. Seahawks return to retro uniforms. Let's get those. I'm a big fan of those. I'm gonna skip some of that stuff. Let's get these H-Sound Blue alts in for the Texans. I love that one. NFL authenticity upgrades. I usually try to give that one lower priority than whatever jersey mod. Okay, then we have Salute to Service Fields by Reyes and Amplified Stadium Sounds. So where is that? Yo, that stadium sound mod is great. Like, I think it's so underrated. Yeah, I've really, like, pretty much only got like 3 left. Really. That I want to do right now. So let's get this for now, for sure. So we've got the stadium experience, the stadium and field mod. I like to have that as like a base. Stadium and field mod. Then we have the Jets add-on, and there's a Giants add-on too. Let's download those. And I think that's how I had it. Okay, we need Salute to Service Fields by Reyes. Sometimes it can be hard to find because you can't search by like name. Oh, you know what? Let's get this next gen Skycam too. Remember we tried that out before, but he dropped an update to it, so I want to see how it works. Legion of Loon random mods. Maybe that stadium. What's it called? Amplified stadium sounds. Hmm. I also need the salutes to service fields. I don't see either of those. I know they're here somewhere. Trust me, this is a good problem to have, not a bad problem. There's so many options. I know the salutes to service fields are made by Reyes. Oh, here it is. Reyes mods for Madden 25. Question is, where is it at? He's got a lot of mods. Link to list of mods. Salute to service. Okay, I guess this is what we need. Oh, you guys said the atmosphere is mod is under Snowball Putty section. Okay. That's good. What is this? 23 and 2024. Salute to service fields. This is the one we need. And I kind of put this all the way to the top of my load order. That way, you know, any field I want to install after it. Yeah, let's do the ReShade too. Yeah, because I know some of you guys might not know how to do that. It's super simple. So we can run through that real quick. Yo, by the way, the ReShade, like literally, we'll look at it in game. The ReShade knocks off like 40 FPS, by the way. So if you don't have a good computer, you're not going to want to run the ReShade. That's why I wasn't running it on the old computer. And even on this one, it still literally knocks off 40 FPS. So it's not the best thing in the world, but it looks pretty good. But I usually only use it to record. Like for my YouTube videos, I toggle it on, record a clip, and then when I'm playing, don't have it on because it's way too demanding. All right, hold on, my bad, guys. So you guys said it was under Snowball Pootie's joint. Did I scroll past that? And of course, this thing puts me all the way at the top. Can I just search like, no. Oh, Snowball Pootie's gameplay mods. Okay, maybe it's in here. Yes. I had this because I consider it like a stadium mod. Basically, I had it all the way up here. just so it doesn't mess with anything. All right, the ReShade. This mythical ReShade that I don't know who made and I don't know where it's from. Where is it, by the way? I think I had posted it in my Discord at some point because I couldn't find it. Nah, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go to Discord and search ReShade, and you guys are probably like, is that gonna work? And I'm like, someone posted this ReShade in under Sabo's joint. But it didn't have a name. It didn't have. Yeah, nah, I ain't going through all that. I'm not gonna lie. Didn't I post it? I did post it. Let's go. All right, let me walk y'all through the ReShade real quick. Super easy. Like, the ReShade is the literal easiest thing. Matter of fact, hold on just a second. Just a second. Okay. Oh, you said, how do I properly use the franchise to roster converter because it isn't working? Let me handle the ReShade real quick. So let's install the ReShade really quick. It's extremely easy. Like, it's the easiest thing you can do. So I'm gonna save this ReShade, and to my understanding, this ReShade is called Repent's Photorealistic ReShade. To my understanding, this is what someone told me it was, but I don't know where it came from, but that's what we're gonna go with. So in order to do ReShade, literally all you have to do is just open like a browser window and just type in ReShade. You know what I mean? And it's the first option. Go to the ReShade website and click download. Download it. You'll have this icon on your desktop, right? Click the setup. Find the game that you want to install ReShade on. Normally it's on this list. If it's not, you just search for it with browse, but you want to find the exe for the game you want. Obviously we see Madden is here. I like to press next. We're on DX 10, 11, 12. Press next again. I like to uncheck all and then check all. Press next again. It's going to do its thing. Give it a few seconds. It'll say ReShade was successful. Click finish, right? Then you want to grab the preset that we just downloaded. Unverified download blocked. Dude, anyways, the ReShade we just downloaded. Repent's photorealistic ReShade, right? I'm just gonna open this up in 2 windows. Go to your Madden 25 root, which is where your exe and all that is. Literally just take this ini file, drop it into the root. And that's all you need to do. So now when we launch Madden with all these mods, which should launch with the ReShade as well. So let's see if it works. If it worked, it worked. I'm the one that said it's super easy, right? Let's see if it worked. I'm not really sure what this pop-up is, but it's been asking me to do that sometimes. Just press yes.
Madden modding community. Now it's in the game.
All right, so you see like this weird looking overlay, this bar. Oh, no, it's gonna play copyright music. Hold up. That trash behind Kendrick Lamar song. All right, my bad. So love start today. Don't love the song choice. All right, so anyways, you'll have that this little overlay bar here, and you can see the text is impossibly small. So what you want to do is it's going to say ReShade is installed successfully. Press home to start the tutorial. I'm going to press home. It's going to open up this menu. We're skipping the tutorial because we don't need it. The first thing that you want to do is go to settings, right? And then come to the right, or just go to settings and then come to the bottom and global font. You're going to want to raise this up so you can actually read what the crap you're looking at. I put it at 23. That should be fine. It's a little bit better. You don't want to go too big, and I'll show you why in a second. But like, as you can see, you can make it as big as you want, but I normally put it around 20. The reason being is because I use ReShade for 2 specific reasons. The first reason I use it for is to have a frame rate counter on every game, even the games that don't support frame rate counters. The second reason is to easily take screenshots, and I'll show you guys that in a second. So what I like to do is make the font a little bit bigger so that you can actually read what you're doing. I like to come down here to OSD text color, make it a bright behind green so you can see it. Then you want to come to OSD text size, scroll that all the way to the right. So now you guys can see the frames per second. It says I have 216. It won't be that high once we get in the game. I'm just showing you guys my setup. I'm Baldy. Said, can you show real quick how the Ultimate Rookie mod works? Not really. It's not real quick. But anyways, let me finish doing what I'm doing. And then we can look at that in a second. So what I also like to do is show FPS. I like to change this to checked. If you check it, that FPS counter will be in the top right corner always. If you have it in a square under show FPS, that FPS counter will only be there when you have this menu up. So I personally like to always have it up, obviously when I'm not recording content, so that I can see what my frames are, because this is my favorite way to monitor frames. So that's why I put ReShade on every game that I play, even if I'm not actually using a ReShade preset. So with that being said, I now have my frame rate counter. The next thing I want to set up is the effect toggle key. because this lets you see the game with reshade and without reshade. So I like to set my effect toggle key as insert. So I'm going to click this area here and press insert. Simple. That way, when I press insert, I can see the game with reshade, press it again, see the game without reshade. You can see the presentation difference. You can see the frame rate difference. The next thing that I like to do is set a screenshot path. The screenshot key by default is print screen. I like that. And I set the screenshot path to just be the root of the game. And I'll show you guys what that means in just a second. So in order to close this menu, I'm going to press home again really quickly. Let me go into practice. Matter of fact, should I do practice, or I should have just went back into that game low key, but we'll do practice. All right, I did that for a reason. I wanted to show a play. So what I like to do is like to go into instant replay, whatever. So what you want to do now, we're now looking at the game without the reshade, even though I did install a reshade. So I'm going to press the home button, and you're going to see right here, it says reshade preset. You want to click this, and we're going to scroll down and find the reshade that we're looking for. You can see right here, it's Repents Photo Realistic .ini. You want to click that, press select, it'll do its thing. And as you guys can see, the reshade is now active. Now you can see my FPS is now at 69, 68-ish, but you can see the difference. Now, like I said, the reason we map the insert key is because you can toggle the effects. So I'm going to press insert and the reshade is going to turn off. This is the game without reshade, 102 FPS. This is the game with reshade, 67 FPS. Off, on, off, on. So if we're back here, turn it off, you can see I'm getting 133 frames per second. 130, whatever. Click it, we're down to 80. So again, I don't know about you guys. I don't think that I don't know. It's up to you guys. Like, if you guys think the I don't even know what you would call it, the visual graphical fidelity difference is worth that many frames is up to you. I think it looks pretty good. I don't know if it's worth that many frames. And you want to be careful because, you know, Madden, especially when it gets into those menus, you're going to have some frame drops anyway. So I don't know. But this is the game with the reshade. One thing too, when you're toggling insert, I think it's pretty easy to tell whether the reshade's on or not. But if you ever get confused as to whether the reshade is on, if you toggle it off or toggle it one way and then you press home, you can see it'll say effects are disabled. Press insert to enable them again. So you can do that. And as you can see, it goes away, this, that, and the other. So that's one way for you to tell, you know, exactly whether it's on or not. Get off me. Let's go. So I've got the reshade running. I'm just curious now because I never tested this. I've got the graphics in 4K. Everything's ultra. to 120. Low key want to lock at 60. As you see, as I change the locks, it goes to wherever. You know what? Let me keep it unlocked just for argument's sake. I wanted to see what the performance hit. Real quick. I just want to see what the performance hit is. Real quick. Oh, well, that doesn't look right. What happened here? Well, a couple of my mods must be conflicting. My load order must not be right. Because I did install those Seahawks jerseys I wanted to see. And I didn't have the Giants join on either. It might be conflicting with the NFL authenticity upgrades. I might need to tweak that. But we'll take a look at that later. And I also forgot to tick the Giants one. Oh, no, I still got the NFL Street joint active. Crap. All right, my bad. Hold on a second. All right, so let me click out of that. So let's put the New York Giants redo on. Let's take the NFL Street off. That's why I was doing that. So let's just make sure we got all our crap right. All right, let's launch that again and see what we got. Games, like you said, it's a pretty chill stream. Yeah, man, listen, bro, we just, get these mods right. I know people have a lot of questions about this stuff because, a lot of people, don't have a lot of experience with this. I use ReShade on every other game I play. So, it's not just Madden. Except I haven't been using a ReShade. I wasn't using a ReShade with 2K because it was the same thing. My old computer wasn't strong enough, but it actually might be now. So I'll have to revisit that, as well. But almost every other game that I've been playing, and so what you want to notice too is once you launch the game, that ReShade will be the default. So you don't have to come in and switch it every time. It should be active. I just want to see all the different options for the I'm be honest, these are the only for the Seahawks, these are the only two jerseys I normally wear. Now, yeah, so I just want to see what these frames look like because I guarantee with the ReShade on, they'll drop. Oh no, crap, guys. Did I forget to put the freaking camera mod on? This is the only thing I hate is when you forget stuff. I did. Jesus, dude. All right, guys. One more again. We're restarting this joint one more time. Obviously, you can't add mods to the load order while you're while you're playing it. So next gen Skycam beta. All right, and where did I have that in my load order before? Sorry, guys. I also had another camera mod. I don't remember what it was called. It was like college football wide cam. Put that right there with the other UI mods. Game Zone, you said you forgot to mention, did you see the new rookie cyber faces mod? It's a mod that gives some rookies their accurate face scans. I did not see that. So is that separate from the ultimate rookie mod? Does it work with that mod, or how does that work exactly? Because I'm not actually super familiar with that. All right, let's launch this one up. Yeah, because I wanted to check out that new camera again. And again, guys, I apologize if I play like trash. I haven't played Madden in weeks, but whatever. See, it looks like the Giants mod worked. I was gonna say, I feel like they should be wearing blue socks, but I digress. I want to see how this runs real quick. Okay, so you said, yeah, it's separate. What you do is you install the mod, then go into MFT and apply the face scans. Okay.
It's in the game. It's the New York Giants and the Seattle Seahawks. And it comes your
So yeah, you guys look at the cutscenes. Look at the cutscenes. They're about 60, 50, anywhere from 50 to 60 FPS on Ultra. 50, got to dip into 40. Like, I don't know. Like, you guys think this looks good? Like, if I undo it,
Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you and I,
it jumps up to 105.
Seems like
And then
we're
you
rehashing the same storylines. Turnovers, of course, always a big story. Quarterback play, running backs, yada, yada, yada. But getting ready for this one word kept coming to mind, and that's preparation.
know what I mean? I don't know if it's worth it.
Physically, mentally.
Looks good, but I don't know how it looks on the stream. Yo, Power UG, what's up, man? I just had to take some time and get my Madden mods back, but whoa. I'm never prepared. Well, all right, yo, that looks lit, low key.
And this opening kickoff will not even reach the landing zone. It hits short of the...
My God, really? Like I said, guys, I had everything set up for, I'm gonna end up restarting this game 4 million times. I had everything on rookie because I was trying to like capture some stupid crap, and I just wanted to do it this way. So hold on real quick. Okay, were there any other, now I think about it, were there any other giant, or were there any other graphic mods that are jersey mods that we wanted to check? 'Cause we saw it in game, so that joint looks good. Who else did we? Yeah, there's a lot of jersey mods that I'm missing, but I just didn't feel like going through all that crap. You guys, y'all get it. So Texans, let's do Texans. Oh, we can test yeah, let's test the freaking oh, did we forget to, what, another mod we forgot? We forgot your best Bengals drip mod. We got his player likeness mod, but we didn't get the drip mod, I think. Yeah, that is one. I think I downloaded it. I think I just forgot to install. I'm not restarting this game again though. Um Matter of fact, I don't think I downloaded it at all. Um Maybe we can just search drip. Power, you said the Mega PC only got 50 FPS on cutscenes. Oh yeah, so you missed what we were working on when we got in there. I was testing this ReShade that I couldn't run on my old PC because it has like a 40 FPS frame drop, so that's to be expected. I was saying what I was saying was on the old PC, I actually don't game with the ReShade. I don't game with ReShade for the most part with most of my games because it's so demanding, but I use it in like my mod showcases when I have to like record a clip, you know what I mean? So if you look at, I don't even know where that goes in load order. Here's Bengals drip mod. I've got it above the H-Town blue joint. Cool. Yeah, we'll check that out in a little bit. Like we know, yeah, we know that that's working. Yeah, we'll just we'll run this real quick. I've been using Falcons mods for so long, I forgot what their actual jerseys even look like. That's the funny thing. But yeah, that was kind of the point of me showing that. I was saying like if you don't have a really powerful PC, I don't know that I would recommend gaming with this. And I think the only reason I can game with it, even a little bit, is because of the PC that I have. But let's see what it looks like. Because I don't know what it's like in gameplay. I don't like, you have to make the decision yourself. Like, is it worth it to make your game look good if you're going to be dipping into the 40s and 50s during gameplay? If it is, I would say no. If it's not, I don't really care about cutscenes per se. But I don't know how I feel about that in gameplay. So we'll just have to see. And mind you guys, this is 4K Ultra everything, which I wasn't running in the last, with my last setup. So it's a pretty big difference from the last time we ran it.
20 years ago, there was a handful of really elite tight ends. But doesn't it just seem, especially over these last couple years, every single team, at least the ones that make their mark and find themselves in the playoffs competing for Super Bowls, have a legitimate #1 threat.
Oh my gosh, this camera always throws me off.
Feels like if you don't have a tight end, your offense
yeah, Power UG, I wouldn't call that bad optimization because we're using like an external program, but
you're not going to convince me otherwise.
You know what I mean? Like, 'cause, I don't have that issue without the ReShade, but You know, that's kind of the point. The ReShade kind of pushes things to the max.
It's so good
If
to
that
see
makes
Kirk
sense.
Cousins back on the field. Think back just a year ago, Mike, that severe Achilles
Which, I'm be
injury.
honest, I
Kirk Cousins is
don't
looking
think
to be
it
the
looks
first
all
quarterback
that
since
much
2000,
better
and
to the
Trent Dilfer
point
to
that I
start an
have
NFL
to have this.
following an
I've been
Achilles
playing
injury.
without
So
it,
he's got
you
an uphill
know,
battle, but the fact that he's
the
out
you know the
there
whole time before. I
playing
don't really
under
see
center for
why I
the
can't.
Falcons is a great start.
Only a gain of 1 on the game's opening play.
Madden 94 mod looks fire in the Discord. I didn't see it. I'm not sure actually. So hold on a minute. So if you, yeah. So this is the game without the ReShade. We're back at 90. I don't know. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know. I don't think anything is worth 40 frames a second, personally. Like, just me personally. Okay, this camera's literally awesome, by the way, I feel. So this is super ultra, like everything, which I don't play on without the ReShade, and it's about 90. I don't, but you know, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think it's worth the hit. You know what I mean? The game still looks good, I feel, without the ReShade. I think it does, at least. But I know a lot of people were asking about it. So I wanted to show it. I wanted to show the installation. Don't jump, bro.
Is the man in motion. Working out of the gun, it's Cousins.
Oh, how do they get that?
And is Mooney. He's got it. It's a pickup of 13 yards. First down, Atlanta. On the handoff, it's Robinson. Gets to the edge at the 30. And they'll finally run him down, but not.
Let's turn back on, because if they do score a touchdown, I want to see how it runs in the cutscenes.
Explosive plays. Teams understand just how valuable they are in regards to the ability to score points. Typically, they come through the air, Mike. In this case, they got it on the ground. Now they find themselves inside the red zone.
See, I'm liking this camera, but I don't know if I'm going to like it when I'm on offense. So that's the real question. When I'm trying to pass, can I see the field?
Now some movement up front, and we'll hear from our referee for the first time here today. On the option, here's Robinson. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast?
All right, do not let them
trying to
score
track
some
down the
BS
ball
touchdown
carrier
here, man.
that
Come
they
on.
Actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back, but not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase,
delay game.
stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings him down for a loss.
That'll be caught.
There you go, get him on the ground.
Algier. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up fourth down.
Yeah, this is so cool. I can't even lie.
Whose kick is good.
I think even if I didn't like this mod on offense, I think I would still use it.
A lot of times as an offensive player, you come off the field, you're not thrilled.
Probably
to
still
end a
use it
drive
on
like
defense,
this
okay.
with a field goal, but I think in this case, you can label it a success. You were able to operate your offense. You were able
It's so hard to. It's so hard to like control the dude low key. Yo, Power UG, that was crazy because I was saying that earlier. I was just like, listen, I was just trying to think of the teams that made the most sense because I was thinking of the Jaguars needing help at corner and on offense, and but you know, obviously, you know, the rumors and the news were saying like, oh yeah, nah, he's gonna be, you know, one of the first two players taken. So all right, well, I guess he's not going to the Jaguars, but then they made the trade for him. I said, look, it makes perfect sense.
Again here, 2nd and 10.
All right, it's gonna be my pass play. I'm gonna try and pass with it.
From the gun, here's Stroud. Trying the right side, taken in by Collins.
Again, in Game Zone, the next-gen camera angle. This is the one I'm playing with right now. Is that what this is? Is that what this is called?
From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. He's got his man. It's Diggs. 18 yards on the catch and run will move the chains.
Okay.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just
I
as
can get the
simple as,
edge.
my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
Here's a 2nd and 9.
All right. Why, Tony? Buggy. Hey.
Back to throw. Stroud.
That's a hospital ball.
Throw pulled in by Schultz.
That's a hospital ball, bro. I'm not gonna lie. It's just so hard to get used to.
Now Stroud. He'll take a shot here for the end zone.
Oh, but that's a dot. Come on, guys.
Nico Collins.
That's a dot in the new camera.
Down Texans. So they take the shot downfield, and it is caught in
That's the
end
free
zone
form.
for a touchdown. What a big play that is, Greg.
Absolutely, Mike. And the key to a play like this is when the ball travels this far in the air.
Yeah, see, like, look at the frame rate difference. It goes to 100 versus 50 with it on. I don't know, guys. Listen, I think the game looks great. And as long as the game plays smooth,
On for the extra
this is
point.
different. Are we still knocking it through?
His kick is good. And the Texans move out to a 7-3 lead.
Nice. One place I noticed the ReShade has a pretty big hit too is the instant replay. So I'm just curious. So we're at 49. Well, the instant replay doesn't go up that much, actually. It's not a huge hit on the instant replay. It's not as big a hit in the instant replay as it is in the cutscenes. So 65 to 49. Don't get me wrong, I like it. Oh, wait, why'd the frames go up that high? What? Whoa, so that's different. What happened there? Oh, you know what it is too? It's the crowd. You guys notice it's the crowd. Because why? 66, 50. 66, 50. But then if I do this, it's at 70. And it's at 100. But at 70, and you do this, now it's at 50. So this is why I was telling the guy earlier in the chat, this is why you don't play on all ultra anything. It's never makes sense. Like, and I'm giving y'all this advice, like in every game, Oblivion, Dragon's Dogma, whatever game you're playing, this is why it doesn't make sense to play at ultra anything. Because when I was playing like on my old PC, I had the crowd at like medium. Do you really notice the crowd? Like, what do we, you know what I mean? Like, what's the difference? Like, yeah, so I'm definitely gonna, I think even with the new computer, I don't think I'm playing with the crowd maxed out. I just don't see the point.
And And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it up.
I'm balling. You said, Shady, can you show us how to use the Ultimate Rookie mod? So, like, what do you not understand about how to use it, I think is my question. Like,
the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Falcons offense ready now for their second drive.
like, did something not work? Like, can you explain to me what steps you've already... Oh, no way they did a read option with Kirk Cousins. That's crazy. Like, can you tell me what you tried versus what didn't work? Like, what you're trying to do? Because I don't really think the installation for that mod is any different than any other mod, unless I'm missing something.
On second down, it's a run with Robinson.
That boy Bijan's crazy low-key in this game.
Down, up past the 45. They'll come up here first.
Let me see. I think low-key, I'm not gonna lie. Because I've been using that wide camera. Oh my god, I just ran right by him. I've been running that wide camera mod for so long. If I'm being honest, I feel like this camera mod, or this camera, the college football camera, is actually better than any mod. Oh, okay, that's going to be a touchdown. So I ripped on the hit stick. All right, so I'm balling. When you download the rookie mod, naturally, you download the mod, you know, like you would any other mod. You put it in your mod folder or whatever and all that cool stuff. But there's also... when you download it, that's what I was trying to show you guys earlier. No, he's not. That's what I'm saying, Game Zone. He's not. That's what I'm saying. So, when you download the Ultimate Rookie mod, right, and you open this folder, you're going to have your normal mod. This is the Ultimate Rookie mod. You install that in the mod manager just like you would any other mod. They've got the smaller shoulder pads mod here too. You can install that too if you want. They package it with it, so I recommend using both of them. But it also has a franchise file, and it also has draft classes with it. So you have to install this franchise file, and you have to install all of these draft classes, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. If you don't know how to install those, I actually don't have it set up on this computer, but I think, to my understanding, all you do is you go to your PC, wherever your documents folder is, you go to Documents, find Madden 25. As I say, I had a bunch of different games. Find Madden 25, right? Go to Saves, and you see how I got all these saves right here? What you need to do, let me get back to it, is go to the Ultimate Rookie mod, take all of these draft classes and this franchise file and drag them into your saves folder. And when you do that, you just load that franchise file, load that draft class, and they should have all the portraits and everything there for you. You know what I mean? So it's kind of got like an extra step to it, if that makes sense. Because if you just use like an existing file or something like that, you're not going to have all of the, you know, all the pictures and all the photos and stuff like that from dudes.
Mike, some of the hardest elements to coach for a running back is vision and patience. And in this case, you saw both of them on display, and he's able to take.
But yeah, no, Power UG, I missed your message from earlier, and you know, it was kind of like, because I was speaking on it earlier before you got in here. You know, the stuff about Shedeur. It sucks that happened, but like I said, the biggest losers are the fans. You know, the fans are always the biggest losers because they got to watch a bunch of dudes that can't play because, you know what I mean? Because their GM or whatever thought they were being slick and, you know, trying to prove a point. And so, oh, there's nowhere to go with that.
He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
Big run, there we go.
At the 35.
King, you said, do you have the UFL roster in Madden 25? I don't think so. What is that? UFL? That sounds interesting. What's that?
His offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass.
United Football League. Is that a real thing? Is that like the XFL?
Here's a 2nd and 6. They'll send a tight end in motion. On play action, Stroud. Now he'll run. And he will be out of bounds on what will turn out to be
the XFL and the USFL combined to make the UFL. Is that real? Like in real life? Is that real?
5.
Or are we just saying like in Madden?
Stroud to throw. To the left side, into the hands of Collins. Remember,
that's extremely interesting to me. So it's a real league? Where is this at? How do you watch it? Is it going on right now? And there's a mod for it? Wait a minute. What? It's called UFL football? Is this going on right now? What is this? Yeah, I love this. I've been saying, like, can't we get a developmental league for the NFL, like for Trey Lance and these quarterbacks that don't get a chance and all that? Like, there's a league that was formed through the merger of the UFL and USFL, right? Yeah, I remember this. Oh, wasn't there a Philadelphia team at one point? I guess they didn't make the cut. Wow. So wait, there's a mod for this? 30,000 people. Let's go. Yeah, we love this. Anything we can do to get some football going. Look at the UFL. The Michigan Panthers versus the St. Louis Battlehawks. Nah, guys, we got to check this out. Got to check this out.
He gets a first down with that.
All right, let's turn that off for now. That Sky Cam is cool. Bro, not gonna lie, man. Power UG knows his best, bro. A lot of times I don't know about this stuff unless y'all tell me about it. UFL? UFL. Oh, well, there's two. UFL mod 1.2.0 and then classic USFL mod. What's the difference? In honor of the UFL season kicking off this weekend, I give you the final UFL 2025 mod update. Look at this. It's got franchise tool compatibility. Yeah, because I remember there was a Philadelphia Stars team. Who are they? Where are they at? Okay. So, okay, but I thought it was only 8 teams. How does he have the full 32? Look at this. Yeah, guys, I've never seen this before. I've never seen this before. Oh, look at this. So he's got CFL. It compiles teams from the original XFL, USFL, CFL, and defunct AAF. He dropped the San Antonio Commanders. That's tough, San Antonio. You'll be all right. You got Wemby. So do you play it? Can you play it in like play now or? So see, there's a franchise file, but where's the actual? Maybe you got to come to the top and download the actual mod. Is there an actual mod or? Because it looks like it's only a franchise file, which is still okay. Mod file. Okay, here it is. Am I blind, fam? Am I missing something? Where is the mod file? I don't actually see it. F it. Let's just download these and really? You can't download them all? Okay. Okay, media fire. Let me make another folder real quick. We'll call this UFL. Wait, no. Uh Yeah, it says added UFL on ESPN logo in-game score bug. I just don't see where is the actual mod file. Is it in here? I don't see it, guys. Yeah, I'd love to check it out. I just if anybody knows how to get the actual file or if I'm missing something, let me know. Bro, am I blind? Where is the mod? Someone says what mod? It's not in the file or the drive. And then this dude comments, never mind, I found it. Bro, one of my biggest pet peeves in forum culture is when someone posts about a problem, I have the same problem, but then they don't post a solution. Where's the actual... That's the same link. So this guy has a different link. Where's that link at? Just have to do a little scrolling. Okay, there we go. Yeah, they should really pin that so that people can find it when they're looking for it. There we go. Nice. Rockets and Warriors are going at it right now. Is Jimmy Butler out? Seth putting the Warriors on his back with Butler out injured. Curry got 27 going into the fourth, and nobody else on the starting lineup has more than 7 points. Somebody posted a franchise file that has the first 3 rounds done. Where is that at? Start today discussion. Wow, is this the Cyberface mod guy? That's really cool. All right, fam. How far am I scrolling? This file has all the accurate picks up to round 3. Trades have been factored in 2. Comp picks are not picked. I didn't realize I do have your best Bengals drip mod on. Let's take a look at that. We could take a look at Cam Ward. Oh, man. Oh, he actually in the draft. That's crazy. Oh, he saved this joint mid-draft, bro. Yo, these boys got Kenny Pickett and Deshaun Watson talking about we don't need the Shedeur Sanders, bro. That's why I don't take none of y'all serious. This dude, Will Levis, bro. Oh, this is tough, though. All right, so, oh, this is tough. Okay, so we can skip ahead to the end of the draft. Oh, so what did he go through? Look at this. Look at this. Best player available. Clear as day. Best player available. Crazy type crap, bro. Look at Scatterboo. Went to the Giants. About to get lit up by the Eagles. All right. I'm done. Let me stop. So now I want to know, where does Shedeur go in this? Can we do a draft recap? There's really no way to, you can't really sort. Look at this dude, Jalen Milroe, bro. That's crazy to me. We're in Dylan Gabriel conversations. They got us in Dylan Gabriel conversations. Quinn Ewers to the Bills. Oh my God. What? Hey, yo, that's crazy. Oh, nah, we got to do it for the fam. Hey, yo, that's crazy. Look, Trevor, my boy, we bringing the whole squad through. Yo, them boys took Shedeur, man. Oh, nah, that's crazy. Oh, we got to do it for, yo. Nah, bro. All right, look. Look. All right, hold up. Nah, bro. Cause look.
Choose the team you want to start your franchise
Cause
with.
look, this how this gonna go. Oh man, I'm sick. Hold up. Oh, that's what he was doing. He was. Oh, okay. He went. Who's the freaking Jaguars coach? I literally don't know who their coach is. Liam Cohen. Who is this dude? That's the only thing I worry about with Look at this. All right, so look. This how we doing this. This how we doing this. Hold on a minute. Trevor Lawrence. Oh, they got Aaron Rodgers already? Oh, he's the dude that said he was coming. Then he said, I'm not coming. And they said, nah, that money looking right. I'm coming. Yeah. Okay. They got Aaron Rodgers wearing number 0. That's crazy. They got Mason Rudolph wearing number 12. That's crazier. Isn't Mason Rudolph like 2 or something? Like, yeah, we gotta, whatever. We gotta get him out of that. I was gonna try and trade Trevor Lawrence to the Steelers, but they got this dude. There y'all have it. No offers. They said we ain't taking that contract for nothing. That's crazy. And the Browns sitting here. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Like, that's why I don't feel bad about Shedeur and them, bro, because he gonna be these dudes. Oh my gosh. Judkins gonna be Judkins kind of that dude though. If he's anything like he was in college football. There you got Justin Herbert. That was an 87. I feel like he should be lower after that nonsense he pulled in the playoffs, but yeah, so they got Trevor Lawrence and Michael Penix conversations. Look at this guy, Jackson Dart. That's crazy. They said that's Josh Allen. They said this dude is the next Josh Allen, but he 5 inches shorter. That's why I don't even be taking y'all serious with that stuff. Yeah, you can't even trade Trevor Lawrence, bro. Hurts not in the 90s. Nah, they don't. Hey, listen, they had Jalen Hurts the same rating as Dak Prescott all year. All year, he's the same rating. All year, same rating. Nah, I mean, I might have did too much. Let's dial it back a little bit. He can't be higher than Cam. They got, look at this guy. They got Cam Ward. Like, got Will Levis around. Like, Get these dudes out of here. Like, let's hook them up a little bit. You don't got to do nothing crazy. There you go. Matter of fact. And that's how I had it. So if Shedeur is 75 and Cam is 74, that's how I had it in the draft. That's literally how I had it. That's how I rated it personally from what I saw. 74, 75. That's how I got it. So shout out to everybody that got a different opinion, but that's how I had it. Oh, dang, Power UG, bro. I forgot to change the title on the Twitch stream. That's all right. Now, this is cool. So yeah, for everybody that is like literally can't wait, shout out to this one dude in the Discord. What's his name? Tom Foolery. He's got all the accurate picks up to round 3. Trades have been factored into. Comp picks are not picked. You should just sign these players to 4-year contracts post-draft on the franchise tool. So shout out to him. For those of us that literally can't wait for it to be finished. I know me personally, I can wait. So I'm going to wait. But yeah, now this is cool stuff. But all right, yeah. So anyways, I've got my Madden mods reinstalled. That's, all I really wanted to get done. I just got to go back through, work with my load order a little bit. And I had a lot more jersey mods installed, but I'm be honest with y'all, I don't know where they're at in the Discord. I don't feel like looking through the Discord to find them. So I'm just gonna upload a lot of my rosters to the to my iCloud real quick, and then log into my iCloud on this computer, download them all in that way, because I just don't feel like re-downloading everything, because I got pretty much everything I need downloaded. But I'm gonna leave it there for now, y'all. I'm gonna call tonight. I know it's a little bit earlier than I usually call it, but I got stuff to do in the AM. So shout out everybody stopping by. I am going to be dropping a couple of interesting videos coming up over the next don't want to say few days, because I might kind of get ahead of myself with that, but dropping some interesting stuff in the 2K space, dropping some interesting stuff in the Madden college football space. So keep it locked to your channel, y'all. It's your boy Shedeur. I'm out. Peace. Threes.